G'day everyone, Artist Wayne and Jacqui here, and in this episode we leave Cobar and land in the New South Wales country town of Merriwa. But that's not all, not by a long shot, because this is Caravan Man Farming Edition. So join Jacqui and I as we do 3 months farm sitting in spectacular Timor, where we are reunited with one of our favourite dogs, Pero. So slip on those safety boots and throw on a straw hat, because this is Caravan Man episode 34. So Jacqui and I left the beautiful gold mining town of Cobar and we set our sights on Merriwa. But you probably know by now that we hate long drives, so today we decided that we would camp in good old Dubbo at the Big 4 Caravan Park, which gave us the opportunity to hit the info centre for another fridge magnet. Just check it out! The following day we were off like prawns in the sun, and after doing a big shop here in Dubbo to stock up on food, we were hurtling towards Merriwa. But as usual, not everything goes to plan, and sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. By the time we arrived in Dubbo, we found out that there'd been a mix-up at the hospital and there was no accommodation for us. Now we were scrambling for somewhere to camp. Dubbo! Not to worry though, because Jacqui and I found out that there's a small free camping spot behind the Merriwa RSL. How fantastic is that? I mean, it was great for me because I got to have another succulent Chinese meal. And the Chinese here at the Merriwa RSL comes highly recommended by Caravan Man. Following morning, our fingers were crossed that we had accommodation at the hospital.
So we're here in Merriwa and I'm going to be doing some nursing work here. And we were supposed to be staying in the old ambulance bay, but that's fallen through. So now we're heading back over there because they have found some accommodation for us in a driveway somewhere. So let's hope it's all good.
Yes, indeed, because this would be our home for the next month or so. And it was the first time we'd ever camped on hospital grounds, so this would certainly be a new experience for us. But in the end, as usual, we needn't have worried. Everything always sorts itself out. And Jacqui and I had a great little spot with power and water. And once we settled in, it was time for Jacqui and I to explore Merriwa. And I must say that we were looking forward to getting to know this quaint little country town located in the Upper Hunter Shire of far west New South Wales. Good old Merriwa. It might be a small community, but it has a big heart. Well, that's what we found out when we visited the local info centre. G'day everyone, I've been in 2 wars, Wee War and Merriwa. Welcome to Merriwa. Now Spain might have the running of the bulls, but Merriwa has the running of the sheep, all wearing red socks. It's part of Merriwa's Festival of the Fleeces, which began in 1990, held every year on the June long weekend. The district was originally known as Gummon Plains, and the first white visitor was probably Alan Cunningham, who made camp by the river in the early 1820s. Land distribution to European settlers started about 1830, but settlers have been moving into the area since 1824, mainly raising sheep for wool. G'day, buddy. You're as bold as I am. We were now settling in nicely here at Merriwa. So whilst Jacqui was working hard in the hospital, I thought it would be a great idea to head to Sydney and pick up my motorcycle. And considering I now had my motorcycle, I figured it'd be a great idea to do a 4-day ride. Of course I didn't want to leave Jacqui, but my bike was beckoning me. Anyway, now I'd have it for our farm stay. And upon my return I even got to try my hand at panel beating after one of the nurses hit a kangaroo. We continued exploring beautiful Merriwa, and before we knew it, our month here had come to an end. It was time to go farming. So the following day, Jacqui took the ram and van without the man and headed to Timor. As for me, well, I had my motorcycle, and we were both travelling on a spectacularly gorgeous day. It's always gorgeous here in the country, travelling 115 kilometres to what would be our new home. Of course, we had to stop off along the way and check out the tiny town of Bunnan, a little agricultural area known for cattle and sheep farming. We're in the town of Bunnan as we head to Timor and check out the old cemetery. Touchdown in Timor, the New South Wales rural town located within the local government area of Upper Hunter Shire, only 230 kilometres from Sydney. And Timor covers an area of 200 square kilometres, and it has a recorded population of 55. I cannot tell you how excited we were, my fellow travellers. After being on the road for well over a year and a half now, it was a great feeling to finally be settling down for a longer period of time. And what a place to settle down in! Jacqui and I have always had a huge soft spot for this whole area. We were certainly looking forward to 3 months of farming life, where all Jacqui had to do was feed the dogs, check the fences, set the pig traps, check the rain gauge, and make sure all the cattle and sheep had water. As for me, well, I had the hardest job. Come on, doggies. Being an alpha male, I was the dog trainer. Here. Here, dogs. Purr. Here. Come on, Tilly. Good girl, Tilly. Tilly. Purr. Here. Here. Tilly. Good boy. Good girl. Good girl. The dog whisperer. That's right, I'm the dog whisperer. Took 3 days to train her. She stays here with us, walks with us. Whee! It's freezing cold. Each and every day we'd walk the dogs and take them out on the push bikes. Not only did that keep the dogs fit. We going on the bike? Oh yeah! But it kept us fit as well. Yeah! Life on the farm! Come on, Tilly Turbo. Here, Tilly. Come on, Tilly Turbo. This was a great way to train Tilly the puppy, because she had no time to think about running after the cattle, horses, rabbits or roos. Yo! Come on, Tilly Turbo. Yo! Going for a swim? Whee! Life on the farm here in beautiful Timor was absolutely perfect. But it's not all about dog training, because at the moment this whole district has a huge problem with feral pigs. It was time for Jacqui and I to roll up our sleeves and do something about it. Dog training day number 5. Tilly Turbo. Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's go, troops. Now you might be asking yourselves, how did this all come about? Well, Jacqui and I do a lot of farm sitting. In fact, we've previously looked after this beautiful farm. When the owners asked us to look after it again, well, of course, Jacqui and I jumped at the chance to once again live in this beautiful slice of paradise. Just beautiful in here, isn't it? Hey, doggies?
Doggies!
Pig country. Feral pigs have become a big problem in New South Wales at the moment because they're an invasive species in Australia that are considered a major environmental and agricultural pest. Domestic pigs were brought to Australia by European settlers in 1788 as a food source. I mean, who doesn't love bacon? They escaped or were allowed to wander and eventually establishing feral colonies. Baiting with sodium fluoroacetate is a cost-effective way to control feral pigs, and aerial shooting is another option. As for Jacqui and I, we were keeping the couple of pig traps here on the property stocked with grain and molasses and set to catch these barrels of bacon. Now these feral pigs prey on native animals and plants, dig up large areas of soil and vegetation in search of food and water. They can host animal diseases that can be transmitted to other species and spread plant pathogens. Needless to say, they have become Australia's most destructive invasive species, and their population can increase by 86% in just 1 year. And if that's not enough, when these farm pigs escaped to live in Van Diemen's Land, they became, like all Australian animals, huge in size and out to kill you. Just watch the film Razorback. So I needn't tell you that what Jacqui and I were doing was highly dangerous and should never be attempted at home. Whilst Jacqui kept an eye out for any dangerous razorbacks, I baited the trap. The trap was set. Now we wait. The following day was like all the others, spectacular. And whilst the 4 of us were on our walk, Pero, Tilly and I caught our first pig. Not in one of the traps, mind you, we caught it by hand. Well, this is what we caught today. Our first wild pig. The dogs were champions. They tired little out. Oh, I'm so hot. I had to go through the electric fences, so I got stuck on the barbed wire and electrified to catch this feral beast. It's a sow, so it'd be good to get rid of it. Well done, my dogs of war. Well done. Yeah, that's a wild feral animal in Australia. We chased this over about 4 paddocks. That's today's exercise done and dusted. Yeah! And when neighbour Peter turned up, I thought he might want the pig for dog feed. Would you feed that to the dog?
I got a pig. I don't want a pig.
No. Chase that through 3 paddocks.
These dogs did.
Yeah.
They got him.
They bailed it up for me.
They're really good.
Oh yeah, they love chasing big dogs. People let them.
Unfortunately, Peter didn't want the pig for dog food. But I'll tell you what, his dogs certainly look like they did.
Hello, dogs. Hello.
They were super excited and impressed. Now that very same day, in the afternoon when the shadows were lengthening, I took the dogs out for a run on the bike. And as I rode past one of the pig traps, I noticed something inside. So I quickly headed back to the farm to grab wife Jacqui, and we headed on over to investigate. And I have to say I was excited because I've really become fascinated in these feral pigs. It's absolutely amazing that they start off as a little domesticated cute babe pig in the city pig, but when they escape out in the Australian bush, well, it's like a bloody werewolf transformation. Their snouts grow longer, they can grow huge tusks, they get covered in thick, black, wiry hair, they increase in size and become highly aggressive. The pigs. Now please don't be concerned because no pigs were harmed in the making of this film. And if you believe that, well, you'll believe I've won the Nigerian lottery not once, but twice. Life on the farm here in beautiful Timor was absolutely splendid. And Jacqui and I have only been here for a few weeks. We still had months to go. Yes, there was plenty of farm work to be done, but Jacqui and I would still find time to attend a very special concert, visit a famous gin distillery in Murrurundi, and take our two favourite pooches to the beach. Yep, we'll be doing that and way more in the next episode. But now it's time to give our stay in beautiful Merriwa and a little taste of our farming life a score. Yes, indeed. But first I have a little confession to make. The first time we ever looked after this farm, we absolutely fell in love with Pero. Loved him to bits. In fact, we were even thinking about dog napping Pero. Fast forward to now, when we first met Tilly the puppy, we thought she was the ugliest dog we've ever seen and we didn't like her at all. But now, we love Tilly more than we love Pero.
And in fact, we love Tilly so much that we have decided to get our own Tilly.
We'll probably call her Lily. But getting back to the score, it's a big 5 out of 5 from me. I love Merriwa, Timor. We love the whole area. In fact, I've always said we could just settle down in Timor and buy a farm. So if anyone's got a farm, you can just give it to us. So it's 5 out of 5 from me. What about you, Jacqui?
Well, of course, everybody knows what my score is going to be. It's a big 5 out of 5 from me. So until next time, take care and happy travels, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.